Hej och välkommen till vår videopodd Korgen Lyfter. Idag har vi ett internationellt besök. Vi ska träffa Tomáš Mikolaj och Mária Nepšinská. Som kommer från Bratislava i Slovakien. Och en anledning till att vi har just den här inspelningen med dem är att i augusti så var vi på en internationell korgfestival i Poznan i Polen. Och där träffade vi Tomáš och såg deras fina utställning om korgtraditioner i Slovakien. Och efter det har vi börjat samarbeta och haft en hel del dialog. Och bland annat så har vi skrivit en artikel till deras tidning, i deras hemslöjdstidning. Och Tomáš och Mária, de representerar en slovakisk hemslöjdsorganisation som heter Úlúv. Men nu tänker jag att jag lämnar över ordet till dem och då fortsätter det hela på engelska. So please welcome Tomáš and Mária.
Thank you.
Dobrý deň.
So Úlúv is a state organization. It was founded in 1945, and from the time it's focusing on preserving craft, and last 20 years maybe it's focusing on developing new waves of innovate craft techniques in design. So we have like 3 centers in Slovakia, one here in Bratislava, and then in the middle of Slovakia in Banská Bystrica, and in the east in Košice. So we are also focusing on education, or education of children and also adults, and presentation of crafts products in Slovakia and also abroad. Tomáš?
We have also colleagues who communicate with craftspeople. They have each colleague has own material group of traditional crafts, and they cooperate in long term, and they try to find the way to get better. Also, we have a space called Open Studio Úlúv. It's the place for exchange of knowledge between craftspeople and designers, students of design. We make publications about traditional crafts. We have magazine, craft, art, design. You also wrote an article about your project, raising basketry knowledge on the actual number of this magazine. We have exhibitions. We have one exhibition hall in Bratislava in our center, one in center in Košice. We have also one place for exhibitions oriented on design. It's called Design Studio Úlúv. It's in Bratislava, and we have also gallery in Tatranská Lomnica. It's in the mountain resort Tatry, which is very, very known by not only Slovaks but also Polish, Czech people. So it's good for presentation.
And what is important to say that we have a museum. It's near Bratislava in Stupava, so we can invite people from and students to study traditional craft in many different materials, So, and we have a lot of documentaries, photographs on. Yeah.
There is these funds of documentary and collection funds are from past, when in Úlúv our ancestors get often to the terrain to research, and they brought many artifacts. So this museum is very special in Slovakia. It's the biggest concentration of this kind
material culture.
Yes, material culture. Also, our library is very specialized. We have books, magazines about traditional crafts, about design from Slovakia, from foreign countries. So we are also, let's say, center of study for students, for designers. We have also some activities during year. For example, the festival Days of Craftsmasters in Bratislava. It's the biggest city festival of traditional crafts. Every year on the beginning of September, there is more than 100 traditional craftsmen, craftswomen, and it's they can sell the products, they show the techniques, they discuss. There is some cultural programs, some traditional food, some theater. There is a zone for children. They can go to workshops and make their own things. So it's like this, and many smaller activities during the year. And maybe what we would like to tell you on this podcast, it's our activities from this year. We recently have been focusing on highlighting one material group of traditional crafts during particular year, and this year was dedicated to natural weaving materials. So we made many activities, and maybe we will show you some pictures and tell you about our philosophy on this. The aim to have a year dedicated to one material is to get deeper on the problematic, and then the ideal will be to continue also next years in the things which were started. One of our activity was to show the techniques, traditional techniques of making traditional baskets, which are not so known today. For example, wicker, there is no problem. We have many craft people who do the things with wicker. But for example, splits of wood, there is not so much people. So we did this activity in March in our center in Banská Bystrica, in the middle of Slovakia, for advanced basket makers and students of design, to let them show, to let them try this technique. For example, students of artistic or designer schools often doesn't touch the material during study, so we wanted to give them this opportunity, and also in another activities during this year. So this one was about splits. So I will show you some pictures. it was a little basket, traditional. Normally it is more bigger, because it was used in traditional agriculture for feeding animals. So this is only to show the technique, to try the process of preparing material, because preparing material, let's say it's maybe 80% of whole product. You cannot buy it. You have to prepare it your own. This is the teacher from Artistic and Designer School, Michal Hanula. He is designer, very good designer, but he works with wood. So for him, it was also new, this traditional way of preparing material. These are students of him. Here you can see the process when you take the wood and get it to the hot place, hot oven. You can split it very well. This is the lecturer of this workshop, Ivan Soška. He's from Czech Republic, but he's in the Association of Basket Makers of Slovakia, and he loves to studying traditional techniques, traditional materials for weaving, and he has the basic knowledge of each material, and he's very creative. So it is. And you have, for example, you can see here the split, which has to be processed by a special knife, two hands knife, we called it, and then you adapt it on the sticker you want, on the basket you plan to weave.
And is it hazel, the wood?
Sorry?
Is the wood hazel?
Yes, this is hazel.
Yeah.
But in traditional culture, it was also oak. Mm-hmm. It was also maple. It was maybe also the chestnut.
Yeah.
This hazel is very common. Mm-hmm. You can see on this photo, for example, bigger basket, traditional. This man, for example, is a very good master who work with wicker. For example, he make workshops from wicker, and he has more than 500 students. They did this workshop. So, but he wanted to try. You see, the people are all a little bit old, so it's also our aim to get these techniques on the younger generations.
For 2 years, we have like a special topic for our gallery in Bratislava. The topic is tradition untraditionally. So last year we had the exhibition of wood prepared by Václav Kautman and Ferdinand Hrenka, which are professors at the Academy of Fine Arts in Bratislava. And this year we asked another professor from Košice Technical University. He is teaching design to make a selection of works specialized on weaving materials, natural weaving materials. The aim is to show products from the past, from museums, from collection of our museum and others, together with the works of today's artists and designers, also students. So together you can see like work for 200 years old and like today's designs.
It's like inspiration for actual generation of makers to create with these materials, to show them that it is still alive, it is near us in our nature, and it is the part of dialogue on this field.
Yeah. And these materials are still attractive and could be used in today's designs. Some works are pretty new, like a table from student from secondary school of art and craft. Yeah, these are some historical. And we wanted to show like the diapason of used in different type of products, from fashion to interior design, and then basketry. You know, there is a lot of possibilities how to use this material.
During this exhibition, we made some commentated presentations for students from primary school, secondary, high schools. We discussed, we let them know that it is really actual. For example, we met in Poznań, so I told them about this festival, that there is people in the world, they study the high school of art design and they start to live from basketry. That in Slovakia it is not so actual or something like this. So maybe encourage them to try it. It's also the let's say homework or something like this for our organization to speak more with politicians and to let's say them that the traditional craft or design from oriented on this craft, it's really actual, like in Europe. Yes, in Europe it's the living crafts. It's not the epoch of safeguarding, but it's epoch of developing these crafts to actual needs of people. So this year was also for the aim of this year of natural weaving material was also on this, to start the dialogue, the deeper dialogue with authorities in Slovakia. So we want to continue also after this year to make some recommendations, to speak, to show the the good practices in the world. For example, also your project, we liked very much your 4-year project about baskets. You also did very great work on the practical field of craft. So this is the aim of this exhibition. And I finish, maybe we have the invitation to go with this exhibition next year in Slovak National Museum, Ethnographical Museum in Martin. It will be open in May, and in September we are invited in Germany, in Lichtenfels, on the Festival of Basketry to open this exhibition. So we are very happy with this. Poznan, maybe you told about in your podcast the festival. I show maybe only our exhibition. We took 20 basket makers from Slovakia. They are in the Association of Basket Makers. We had some money from the State Fund of Culture, and some money gave our organization, so we could pay them the transport, the accommodation, and also the meals. So it was like a pretty trip for them, and I think it was very inspiring to see 60 countries, and every country has different techniques, different materials. For me personally, it was a very great possibility to speak with organizers of basketry in the world, and we have many contacts. So it's a great festival. It's like an Olympiad once per 4 years. And in our exhibition we show all the traditional materials from Slovakia. So it is wicker, it is straw, it is cattail, corn husk, it is splits, some grass, etc. Also rotten was traditional, but not in not in the villages culture, but in the basketry workshops, in the professional basketry. But it was during between or before Second World War, because Czechoslovakia was like a part of Western Europe, we can say, and this material rotten was took from colonies of Western colonies, like material. So, but it is especially weaker, I thought, and these other materials. We also show a machine for splitting the wicker, and it has very big success, because the man with white hair is the constructor of it, and it makes very quickly and very finely these splits. And for example, the basket makers from Algeria were very interested. They are in the Algeria, they told me, not 100, but 1,000 of professional basket makers. So the machine like this could make the work easier for them. So after the festival, we also are in contact with them, and this machine will be certified, and then they took some pieces for use. We showed also some traditional instruments for basketry. one member of us is from Czech Republic, and she's professional basket maker from school, and she did it whole life. She's more than 70, and she also competed on the competition, and she was second on the category basket. So it was great success. And also other member of our expedition was third in other category. This is the machine, and this is the pictures from Poland. If you want to see it, I can quickly.
Yes, please.
Only to show that it's very inspiring, I think, for all basket makers. This is the chess in our exhibition. It was did by from Pedic during COVID years. The basket maker who made it told that I could go anywhere, so I was sitting at my place and made this. This, for example, is the work of winner of Grand Prix of festival, Belgian, 20 years old basket maker. So I think it was very, very great that he won. It's like some hope for basket makers that it still lives. This is man from Thailand, great work, abstract. This is the man who constructed the chess, Miro Mareček.
Mm.
And this is the professional basket maker from Czech Republic I told about. This is also Czech basket maker. It was very great festival. This is also basket maker from Slovakia. In the competition, this is the German basket maker or French basket maker living in Germany. His wife. Great work. The competitors had 15 hours to make this product, so you can see that sometimes it is very great skill of some basket makers. Japan.
As this year we are focusing on natural weaving materials. For our festival, we prepared a zone of masters of different materials. So here is some examples of it. It was meant to be interactive with the public. Like we didn't want just to make a show, but to make an interactive show. So people could come to try to discuss with this craftsman. So it was a whole year we are like trying to make close contact of techniques, materials with the public, with students. So at the festival, it was like big interactivity because we went to the city center. So it wasn't just in our spaces, but it was like in a capital, Bratislava. So we prepared also exterior exhibition dedicated to UNESCO heritage. It was 20 years anniversary. So we made 3 big exterior objects, and it was placed in this zone of natural weaving materials master. It's about craftsmen's, little bit folk music. This is our director and lady from Slovak
Chamber of UNESCO or Commission of UNESCO.
Commission of UNESCO. And this is our UNESCO exhibition, and Slovakian.
We have 17 or 18
craft
skills,
skills.
which are the part of list of intangible heritage of UNESCO Slovak, and we have maybe 4 or 5 that is in the list of world list of UNESCO.
Is it craft on the word list?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's,
for example, making of fujara. Fujara is the music instrument, aerophonic, very typical for Slovakia. Then it is bagpipes, also music instrument. Then it is wire craft, specific Slovak craft, which was created in Slovakia, and then it expanded on the world. They were manufacturers created in United States of America, in the Western Europe, in Russia, and the owners were Slovak wire craftsmen. So it is very specific. Then it is the blueprint textile technique, and I think it's all on this list.
Yeah, and Kiatice toys, it's the newest.
But it's Slovak only.
Slovak only.
For the moment, yes.
For the moment.
This lady, for example, makes the wool, but she make it from the sheep to the clothes. So she makes everything by alone. Yes. This is also. There is many people. It's in the capital of Slovakia.
Yeah.
During
thousands of people are coming to join the festival.
It is also touristic season, so it is not only Slovaks but also from foreign countries. This is also the question about education. We have School of Crafts. This year it was nominated on the UNESCO best practices of safeguarding and developing the intangible heritage. But we want also to communicate with Ministry of Education to get it in the formal education, the traditional crafts, because maybe you have also it in Sweden, but children are less and less in contact with materials and more with computers. This is the exhibition on the wicker panels. The people could scan the QR code, and then they get it more informations. This is the zone of basketry. It was really interactive, many talks, the people tried to make, etc.
Yeah, and this is School of Crafts. So kids could come to try different, like 6 types of craft with different materials.
The School of Crafts, is it for children on their free time or?
Special part is for kids and special part is for adults. So even we have accredited courses. So people who are interested, they can be lecturers after some time. So they can develop their skills till the moment they can teach the others. And this is very good for us, that we can educate people to become, not say masters, but to become enough skilled to give these skills to others.
Or to increase their knowledge in the craft.
Is it short courses, or is it you come every Tuesday evening, or is it you come for weekend? It's more like it's weekly.
We have different models. You could come in like this week-based model, or there is some intensive weekend courses, and for summertime we have special, it's called Holidays with Craft, and it for children it's 1 week course for children mostly, but the newest one is this 1 week, but it's only 1 week at the end of holidays for adults. It's like intensive craft week. Like the idea was to spend summer evenings with craft in our, let's say, intensive touch with craft. Yeah.
I think you talked about you have 3 centers. Do the other centers come and participant in this too? So it's for the whole country, this festival.
Yeah, it's for whole. We are inviting more than 100 craftsmen to come to show, and so it's very interesting to manage all these people, and it's a bit difficult to organize everything directly in the old center of Bratislava because restrictions. So, but my colleagues are just great. So we can make it every year. So this year it was 33rd edition of the festival.
It's impressive, very impressive.
Wow, yeah. Would be nice to go.
Yes,
you are welcome.
Oh, yes.
It's every first weekend of September.
Okay.
The next year it will be 31 of August and 1st of September. We show you another action in September, the end of September, the meeting of European Crafts Organization. And during this meeting, we made the activity for students of art and design, again to show them different materials, techniques, and let them try the material to do some simple products. we think that it was very good, and maybe this model could get in also in other part of Slovakia with these basket makers. I think it could be interesting also in the street of cities, like an interactive way of presentation. This is the different grass I told about.
Yeah.
This is very fine work with straw. Splits again. Corn husk is a special material for southern Slovakia. It was during socialism, some villages, there was 200 women. They made the baskets or other products from corn husk.
Is it the thing covering the corn, or is
Yes.
it
Yes,
just the
leaves.
cover?
Leaves, yes, covering
Yes.
corn.
Mhm.
You can pick it up when it is green, but you have to dry it on the sun,
Mhm.
and then it goes white. If you dry it in shadow, it stays green.
Mhm.
Or you took the leaves from the corn, which grows in September. So then it is white. It is dry on the plant.
And then you put it in water before using it?
Yes, and you can see that you have to each
Mhm.
leaf you have to make the
Screw it, yeah.
to screw it, yes, to make a continuous rope. Yes. But you cannot do the rope before, because it will be very screwed. So you have to one per one screw and
Okay.
continue. This is cattail. This woman is studying in Budapest 2 years of not only cattail but also other crafts, and she does the products from cattail, and she lives from it. So
I will just put a translation here, because I learned this word just recently. Cattail is kavel. Vad heter det nu? Kaveldun.
Kaveldun. Yes.
Kaveldun. I just learned it when we were in Poznan. So for you who doesn't know.
yes. This is for Kika Jelisejev from Taito organization of Finland.
Yeah. Yes.
Trying this work of split. So this action was also very good, again, to give to hand to, especially for students, the traditional materials, and we can continue with them. For example, our association of basket makers did some project with secondary school of arts. This November we will make some living willow architecture on the island, last island in the river Danube. There is one island 5 kilometers long, and there we will make, for the beginning, one object, and in the next years we would like to invite another school of arts to create the designs, and then also to make practically these this living architecture from below. So these cooperations with schools are good, but I think it has to be regular, and then we can maybe expect some graduated which will work with weaving materials.
And a question about the Basket Maker Association. Is it a part of Úlúv, or is it
it cooperates?
It cooperates, yes.
But from it is different type of organization. Úlúv is state organization, and this association is like a non-governmental organization.
Okay.
Non-profit.
Okay.
Non-profit, yes.
Mm.
But it is good cooperate like this for both parts, I think.
So Úlúv, as a state organization, you have no members, or you have members even if it's not like an association, it's more like an organization.
It's organization more.
Yeah.
But we can cooperate with non-profit organizations.
Okay. Yeah.
And with some foreign associations or organizations. Yeah.
We are open to cooperate also with you if you will have interest.
Interesting.
This is our courtyard. Courtyard, yes. Our organization is in the old building, and this courtyard we have.
Yeah.
And we make some activities.
Mm.
I think this dialogue between organizations in Europe is very, very progressive. We can say that we are inspirational each for other.
Mm.
And we can maybe do the things together to change the laws in the European niveau. Because in our country we are really like alone, and the politicians still doesn't understand the actuality and importance of this sector. It's not give us money, but I think it is investment. You give money now, and in 5 years it will bring the money. So maybe the dialogue between European organization could be really good also for European Commission, etc., to change it on the niveau of laws.
It's very, how do you say that? It's not funny. It's interesting to see once again that we are so similar, even if we have, even if we're a bit far and have speak different languages, and so we still face the same problems and thinkings and.
And it's also so interesting to see the difference, because I think some of the materials you work with basket, for example, cattail and this corn husk, we haven't in Sweden. So it's interesting. And for example, cattail, we have a lot of cattail in Sweden, but there's no tradition to make baskets of it. And the same with rush. We have a lot of rush, but there's no tradition to use it. So it's interesting to see even difference between countries and
vice versa. For example, you have bark.
Yeah, birch bark. Yeah,
and we have in the exhibition also one bag from bark, but it's 100 years old. So actually
There is no tradition.
There is no tradition of this, but
No.
it was.
And also when we were in Poznan, a lot of people came to talk to us about bark and say that in, let's say, what did they say? That in some parts of Poland, they didn't use it at all, but in some part they did, because in Russia, they used to have a big tradition with using that bark. So it can also be so local. A tradition can be very local and it can spread somewhere, but then not the other direction. So I think that we here would need to publish your web page very thoroughly, so that people who will see and listen to this podcast can go in and read about your organization. I don't know if you had an English translation or if I used Google Translate, but it was very easy to maneuver on your web page. So we will recommend that. Yes, so maybe we need to wrap it up for now and end this. It was very, very, very interesting to hear your presentation, see your pictures, and hear about your work.
It's been very, very interesting and inspiring to listen to you.
We are very happy to could talk with you, because you do the things, very interesting things. Also, this podcast channel is very interesting. So we are very happy to you gave us the place.
Yes, so thank you very much for your time today, that you came to talk to us. And I hope that we are going to do more things together. We will see.
Greeting to all basket makers in Sweden from us.
Thank you.